Hello, everyone. This is actually February 9th, and we're getting our tabletop conversation in for the long spoon. I'm Robert.
I'm Suzanne. We're Clarity.
I'm Sandra.
I'm Christina. I'm Suzanne.
And there you have it for the.
And we're all part of and make up the Clarity House.
That's right.
Yeah.
And this is for the February long spoon. And we've pulled up from the Totemic Oracle number 18. And it says, Dolphin, the singer of the waters that finds ecstasy in the breath as it plays, only stopping to hear the need of others who have lost their breath for life. That's compassionate.
Oh, so that's why you brought that up. I hadn't seen that part.
Yeah.
I saw it up there, but I didn't know why it was up there.
Let's see.
You're
I
like,
can
wow,
make-
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Who wrote that? Oh, I did.
Someone want to read the
Yeah,
text that
Suzanne,
goes
why
with
don't
that?
you?
Oh, okay.
Dolphin, the enigmatic singer of the waters, effortlessly glides through the ocean, her playful melodies intertwining with the gentle rhythm of the waves. Each breath she takes is a symphony of life, a celebration of existence itself. Despite her boundless joy, Dolphin possesses a deep empathy that resonates with those who have lost their way.
Wow.
Pausing her enchanting song, she listens intently to the silent pleas of creatures adrift in the vastness of the sea, offering her unwavering support and understanding to all who seek solace in her ethereal presence.
Oh, wow.
I know.
And that's a totem of great compassion there.
And that's from our Totemic. What's in our book today, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
It's from also a book that we did called The Totemic Awareness.
Yeah.
And that's obviously on Sigilla Codex. But we brought this into the Long Spoon as a curated piece for what is important this month of February, as we're kind of tucked into the cold, at least in the northern hemisphere. And so with Dolphin, I love that, the enigmatic singer of the waters. So that's the emotional body. That's really cool.
And I love how we live near the sea. You know, we can walk to the sea, and I love the water, the myrrh. This work is very myrrh, and the fish files and the dolphin swimming inside the sea, and the salted, describing the salt of the water, and there's just such a connection, I think, with our physical location, with the element of the water, and then what dolphin signifies. I've never seen the kind of depth that this work goes into opening up about, animals and sea life. But dolphin like this you can take her in as a real totemic and call on her to help open those places for yourself. And I feel like it's magic when you can have that as a tool. You know?
Yeah.
So I love that this is forward right now, because sometimes winter can feel like a time where it can be very interior, and it can feel lots of things like that, and sometimes feeling joy is not always it can be kind of depressing for some people or whatever, but I feel like it's a nice reminder to look for the ways of the symphony of life and the boundless joy and possessing a deep empathy for others that have lost their way. And I think that's really, it brings forward a lot for me anyway, that I really love.
I love that you mentioned the fish files again, because even though they're not within this long spoon, within the larger context of the Sigilla Codex, over in the book area you have all or most of the fish file codex books, and there's a wealth of information there that applies to anything you can imagine. So if you pick one of the books, intuitively open an area that it's going to speak to what you're working with. So the fish file codexes are wonderful books, wonderful resource.
They sure are.
I love the fact too that I mean, you think of dolphins as being in southern parts of the world, but actually we have dolphins up here in Maine.
Right, yeah.
Focuses
Mhm.
and
From in the Bay Area.
yeah, so, and in these times, it's not like being closed in, but it's, the air is kind of caught, and the air is
Yeah.
colder to breathe,
Mm-hmm.
and also it's kind of, in these times, the air seems colder to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
It's, there's a coldness that's happening, in the world between people and countries, and we all have to, we need a bit of dolphin right now
Yeah.
to swim our way through.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
I love that, a bit of dolphin. I love
We need
that.
a bit of dolphin essence here.
You know what we found at Winks the other day is that our favorite little place where you can find treasures was a dolphin cookie cutter.
Oh my
Did you
gosh,
really?
that's right.
Yeah,
We
and
did.
so we
Wow.
have it in the kitchen.
We
so
should
yeah, we
have
put it
dolphin
in
cookies
America.
this month.
We
Okay.
must.
I think so. I
We
think very
must.
important.
Great.
Okay.
And you could at
Yeah.
least designate one of the Springerleys in a
Yeah, you
dolphin
could do a
shape.
dolphin springerly because you're going to do
Oh,
the
we
springerly.
Yeah.
certainly
Yeah.
could.
Mhm.
Yes, we
Oh,
could.
that sounds
Need those
fun.
caraway seeds.
Or anise.
I
Anna
love
seeds,
that you
yeah.
found a dolphin cookie cutter.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
And guess what the other one was we
What?
found? Rabbit.
And
We'll
which is
take
my
both.
Toto.
And
So
they
we
were
have-
copper.
They were copper. Isn't
Oh
that neat?
my
Little
Wow.
God! We'll
cookie
take a
cutters.
rabbit and a dolphin.
We
yeah.
will. We'll
The
add them
copper
to
connection.
Those rabbits
Perfect.
real
I love
important
that.
right now.
our. Yeah, it is.
And
Yeah.
so, okay,
And that's so cool
fun.
with the copper, because of the copper background in the
Yes,
in
here,
the dreamscape avatar here.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
It's got
And
the
even on
copper
your,
background,
the-
and on
On the
this one
painting,
too.
it's copper. It's,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's black and white and copper.
Yeah.
I think on some of the things on Facebook or Instagram, some of the sciences when they post something,
Uh-huh.
a lot of times they'll post, and I had that they actually one of the first animals to come if somebody's in trouble swimming or anything
Oh,
is
yeah.
the dolphin. I mean, so
That's
when
right,
you
to
talk about
support 'em.
the silent pleas of creatures adrift, they're the first to arrive at a situation where there's somebody drowning or
That's
somebody's,
true.
you
Yeah.
know, there's no
Actually,
way to-
another thing Sarah and I were talking about the other day, it's been on the reels, but it's been all these, like, three animals, all the same,
Yes.
you know, wolves or bears or goats,
goats.
or different animals that will come out in the reels. They'll come out in the road in front of a truck, a lone truck or a car, and the car will have to stop, and then they will go up and put their noses up on the car or climb up on it or
Oh,
whatever.
wow.
And then the next thing it shows that it's right at a mountain curve or something like that, and that overpass all at once collapses, and
Oh, yeah,
everything,
very-
all the rocks come down the mountain.
Oh my god.
And they would have hit the car except the animals made them
Made sure.
stop.
Oh my
Mhm.
god.
Oh, that's incredible.
And it's
That
like
is.
That's their
listening
seismic.
to our totemic
Yeah.
world, that it is very concerned right now about us all,
Oh.
and they are listening to their signals to
Yeah.
us,
Yeah.
and that there was reel after reel, and they were different
That's
animals,
amazing.
and that is it's threes,
Mhm.
so it's like triangular
Wow.
code, and that it's three of them, and they make the person stop,
Oh.
and then they get up on the car to make sure they don't
Wow.
move,
Wow.
and then all at once
The whole thing.
the pass,
That is so
covers up.
cool.
I saw one the other day of a mother moose, which can be very
Oh, yeah.
aggressive, and she kept following, coming up close to a car, till the car realized she was asking for help,
Oh,
and they were brave enough to get out, because here's a mother moose with a calf,
Yeah.
but she led them to another smaller calf that couldn't get out of a boggy area,
Oh my god.
and they went over and were able to save the calf and get it
Aw.
out,
Just-
and stand there until they were able to, the mother moose came and got her, so.
I mean,
So
there's
they,
so much
they're
that wants
asking for
us
help.
to
There's a
feel
lot more
separate
communication going
from the
on.
rest of the world. I mean,
Mhm.
society and everything has made us feel so separate from the natural world, or tried to
The fey
convince
world,
us that we
More
are
of a convincing.
separate from
yeah.
the mycelial, from trees, from nature, from animals, and we're all connected, and it's like they're just showing more and more
Of how
that,
deep the connection is.
yeah, and gradually chipping away at that sense of separation instead of.
Yeah, have you ever seen so much in the past couple of years of the interaction between different species
Yeah,
connecting
they're
with each
showing-
other,
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yes.
showing support
Animals
or
and people.
affection?
Yeah, helping each other.
Absolutely.
Different.
helping each other.
It's a whole different
the
era.
other day when we were working on a project or something, I bought in the groceries, and it was really cold that day, and all the groceries were in, the door was closed, and we were hearing all it was. I was
yes.
sitting in here, and I heard a dog bark, and I said, "What is that?" And it sounded like he was right outside the door, and I thought, "Was that Hoppy or what?" And it was this little dog, and he
This
was up
little
on the porch,
Yorkie.
and the porch door was closed. And he was the cutest little thing, and just looking on my face like, here I am now. And I was like,
my
oh, no,
friend?
you're not
Are you
going
my
to be
mommy?
here.
Oh my God.
And anyway, I opened it up, and Sandra and Robert got him, and he just started looking around the house, just like he's home.
Wandering around, sniffing around.
He was like a little terrier of sorts.
Yeah, a little Yorkie
and,
of some
and
sort.
Yorkie,
Uh-huh.
and he's going in the kitchen, checking Suzanne out, and going in here, checking us. Yeah, he went all over. See, we opened the door up, and he came on in.
Right on in.
Oh my!
He was shaking a little. He was a little cold.
So cold.
And I don't know, he might have been, he'd been on the porch, evidently, for a little
So we had
while.
propped the door open to bring the groceries in.
And that's what we thought happened, is
and
we propped the
then
door
and he
open,
walked and
and
went
he
over
came in,
somewhere.
Maybe he went over and got on the couch, who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah.
So then it was like, oh my God, what are we going to do?
And he didn't have a tag. He had a collar. He had a collar but no tag.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
And so Sandra, she's so brave. She picks him up, and she goes outside with him and just
Had a
starts
leash.
to see if
Yeah.
he had to go pee. But she also was kind of looking around to see if anybody's looking for him, and actually somebody was.
hmm
Wow.
And the owner
That was
was
good
going down
timing.
the street and pulled
Yeah.
over,
One street over.
and she lives one street
Yeah, just
over.
behind it.
But
Mhm.
Sandra was here. She was, and so she was so thrilled, and Sandra gave him to his little
His
pet,
mommy.
Yeah.
and he was gone.
Yeah.
But it was
he knew it was a
He had
safe
great
space.
adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he-
honestly,
yeah.
he could have been. That's US 1 out there,
Yeah.
but he didn't go
could've been
any
killed.
further. See, he came. Do you realize?
He
I
came
just-
in to get all the
he
pebbles.
came through
Right.
that.
Oh,
See the
He
point
came
is?
through that road,
Yeah.
through here, but fortunately, because the door was open, he stopped here and came in instead of trying to cross the street.
Yeah.
He could have been.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
wasn't
that
a
was
great
fortunate.
story?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Reminds
God.
me of Sweet Pea the turtle.
I know. I thought of it immediately. Oh, sweet pea the
He
turtle.
ended up at
Boy,
a neighbor's house.
He could run like the
Yes.
dickens.
On Facebook.
Finds neighbors
Do
and
not think that
I got
turtles
new
are
hope.
slow. By
No,
any
no.
means.
No, they are not.
This is
That's
the
why
one
it's
that the
kinda funny
turtle
about
beat the
eating
rabbit.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh gosh.
Me being human.
so.
Well, you know, the other thing that really struck me about this totemic and the way it's described is I really have always felt like play has always been a hallmark of your work, and the work that you've brought through is all about ease and play, and that you can move the most and create the greatest levity of vibration and frequency in yourself and your atmosphere through play. But this also spoke to me too, why it is so potent, why it's just another deeper understanding of why play is so invaluable, because inside of it is that unwavering support, like the essence of dolphin, that it allows for that that listening to what others need. When you're
wow.
relaxed and when you're happy and when you're playful, you're in a state of receptivity, and you're in a state of being able to be aware of what others might need, and that you can also, so that you can reach out with them to them using the essence of what dolphin is about, to support them and to guide them out of whatever place they've found themselves lost in. And play, I mean, I've watched Robert and you both, especially with kids, you know, how you can always reach and connect with children and adults, honestly, through whatever space they're in. You know, a little pouting fit or a little whatever. There are adult pouting fits too.
Yeah.
And but always using a playful approach of something funny that snaps you out of it or gives you a new perspective or helps you see differently, that you're not so lost after all. And I continue to be amazed and excited about seeing the value of play. And you know, that was just something that I think I've always been a rather serious child and a serious person, but more and more, and Christina's brought so much. I can be, I really, and I want to, and I'm enjoying expressing that part of myself a lot more.
Otherwise, she's owning the tea party in the kitchen. We all
That's
know
right.
that. Maybe she, she's owning it, but she is definitely
I'm
playing.
actually having a tea party playing in the kitchen.
Well, I think when you like laughing, I think then you like play.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
it's like, it
Yes.
feeds,
Of
laughter
course.
feeds play, and
That's
play
right.
feeds laughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
You
you
certainly
get
brought
tickled,
that in
you're
my
kind of
life.
hard to stop.
Yeah, her play is just more serious. Her play is very serious. You know,
Serious.
she's
Different
having a
colored
serious
spatulas.
tea party in
Well,
there.
that's
Yeah.
so funny. I think about.
I mean, she's like Anna Green Gables.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think about when I did play as a kid, it was always, you know, being the mother or playing, you know, at taking care of things or
Sure.
Some people make mud pies, but
yes,
Suzanne made serious mud pies.
that's
Mhm.
right. It was serious food.
But they're still mud
With
pies.
garnish
With-
and everything.
That's right. Serious food with berries and leaves
Yeah,
and everything
yeah.
that I could find.
Well, you think of play that how, you know, a lot of people think of it being frivolous or silly, but there's not a city, a building, anything created that isn't been play.
Yeah.
An architect is playing with lines.
That is true.
Legos.
Tolstoy, who wrote War and Peace, which is not a light tome, was playing. He's playing at writing, playing at creating characters. All of creation is built on play.
Yeah.
So even the most,
Christina's playing post office.
yeah, the most
Founder's playing the garden.
The garden.
the most concreted building with its glass and its impervious look is still someone was sitting at a desk drawing and playing the idea.
I know.
It's all
We
play.
won't really take the play out of our art. You
No.
know, it's like
No.
I saw a great book on drawing, and I thought, well, maybe I should learn to really draw. And that very much was.
That's funny.
Thank God you didn't pick
I
that up.
know. Thank heavens you didn't do that one.
It was tempting, and it's like,
Oh,
oh
my
well,
gosh.
Robert could draw. I'll do the other part.
No, you draw.
I love
Yeah.
the,
You draw in a beautiful way.
Oh, you draw
I think
the
in,
books.
in today's book too, which I'm, let's see, it might be in other long spoons, but I love when you talk about between the words, or
Oh, yeah.
you know, like it's like the space between. It's like between the lines. You could write a book on, you know,
That's why I
line,
love it.
shape, color, you know, a form. Like you can. What's so much beyond just a line and how to draw. I mean, it's like it's so much more than. I love that between space that you talk about, because it's breath. It's
Oh, I love that.
It's space. It's allowance. It's just allowing there to be a pause, to take something in, to be in the present. Like there's so much in that in between space, and I love how you've written about that. And I was reminded of that during today's class, and I just thought, you can't teach that. You can't read that in a regular book.
Mm-mm.
So you are that, and I think I'm so glad you put that book back.
I'm glad you're so. I'm glad you're
Oh,
so
thank
playful, because I am. I'm resting my foot and kind of rubbing it along this kind of curved leg of this little glass-topped blue and white oval table, and it's a table, but it looks like a little character that has come from some
does,
storybook.
Oh, it looks like
And
out of
and that's you spotting it,
Beauty
amongst
and
a
the
whole
Beast.
bunch of
That's
things
it.
and going, you know what, that needs to be home. That needs
Well, that's
to
why
be
we
home.
fell in love with it.
Yeah,
because
it's just
of
so
that
cute.
shape
And it's got that
everything.
little lower
Has a little
shelf with,
personality.
of course, we got to put
Well, if
more
anybody
of our
saw a
books
room
there.
right now, they would know I live in the between.
Well, we live inside
I
a
mean,
we
it-
live inside a nest.
when I was a
nesty
child, I
old
loved to
soft
put a blanket
space.
over the clothesline or over a table and get underneath it.
Oh
and,
yeah, yeah.
And I love to talk and play in between stuff, and I didn't think about it until you said it, but it is. And I've been so frustrated with our bedroom because it's not like your regular walk-in bedroom
Mhm.
that everybody else has. And I'm going through this immense, I feel like Alice in Wonderland that fell down the
Rabbit
the hole and
Yeah,
crawling through.
Mhm.
And if
That
you
is
go
kinda
in our
it.
room, it is that.
It's another
It
world.
is between, just like what you said, I'm going to
Mhm.
become less frustrated with
Yeah,
myself.
it's like in the
And I have
crease
to
and
crawl
fold.
out to get out of there. And
We do.
the
It's the Oreo.
We have to
filling
turn
and-
sideways to get
Yeah,
in and out
Well,
of
it's like, you
and,
know,
and
passage.
it's very childlike for me, and I think that in between world is where you whisper.
Mhm.
And I remember that I telling my mom and my grandmother there was a big cornfield beside the trucks, and we were in a neighborhood that behind the across the street was a house, and behind the house was this huge cornfield. And I used to love to go down the tracks a little way, and then I went down in the cornfield, which was way taller than me, and I would make little worlds. And I would have, I would be sitting on the ground, and the all the corn stalks were the world, and I would crawl around and make little places that I had tea in and I played
Oh,
in.
that is so
I
And it
don't
was like
remember
it was
that story.
another world to me. And I guess I just never grew up. I still do that. And I get frustrated because I'm an adult body. I'm 70-some years, at 77 years old. And I am still crawling around. And in our room, it's become this unbelievable whatever. It's
Cornfield.
not messy, but it's this
It's unbelievable cornfield.
whatever.
I was just gonna say it's a cornfield.
Yep.
It's a cornfield.
You know, because
Because if you
remember,
build it, they will come.
remember. Oh, wait! You say
Oh
that.
God,
You say
that's what I'm
that.
going to call our room, the cornfield.
Oh my
Field of
God! Field
Dreams.
of Dreams.
Oh my
Yeah, we
gosh.
found it yesterday.
Was that in Iowa?
Uh
Is that what it says?
It's a milk truck.
huh. Dyerville, Iowa, 1992 limited edition.
Wow.
And so I
Field of
said, is that
Dreams.
a
Filled it
field
up,
of
yeah.
dreams?
And it's in the wild.
And
Just
and
found it.
yesterday Robert found it, and then
Yeah.
he was going to put it back because we were
You
kind
said no,
I
keep
said
that.
no, that's one thing.
You
It's
gotta
not
keep it.
going back.
No, you gotta
And
keep it.
So you live in a field of dreams.
And
Mhm.
I live in a field of
That's
oh,
true.
Thank you.
And corn is for
I
overwhelmed.
was being
So,
upset with it.
yeah.
We're making popcorn tonight.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
you
having-
got
we're
it, girl.
having-
You
we're
got
having
it.
Corn.
Well, we have the smart.
Yeah.
Popcorn too, but whatever.
Yes.
Oh no, I would like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
That's okay for
Yeah.
in between.
Okay.
But there's nothing that can beat your
Let's do
popcorn.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. God.
So this.
How clicked in our life is that things like that back up to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you all realize, as you're listening to this tabletop conversation, this is part of the fabric of your life too. It may not. It may be extremely present to you, right in your face, because you're so awake and aware to it, or maybe it's off to the periphery. But you would not be listening to this if some part of you wasn't connected to what this is about.
Yeah.
Your connection to nature, your connection to totems, your
connection to
connection
any
to
of us.
dolphins, your connection to us, your connection to creativity, your connection to curiosity.
If this
It's
is Suzanne's
very
family,
valuable.
I'm sorry if you are connected to us. Beware.
They love it.
uh,
But I think it's really cool that you're bringing that forward, though, Robert, too, because I feel like when you were talking about the whisper, that
Yeah.
it whispers, it's like
Mhm.
that's what the body whispers.
ooh,
It
I love-
sends us
ooh, I got
the
goosebumps.
whispers, and so it's like, so the more that we listen to our bodies and the whispers, so that it doesn't have to start speaking loudly and louder and louder,
To
and
get our
Mhm.
attention.
and I
Whoa.
love that the natural remedies they work with those whispers.
Yeah.
And they work with that level, so that the more we stop telling the body, you know, here's what you need to do. You need to do this now. It works with that, and
Do
so activating
It's
that.
such a
and
homeopathic way of thinking.
it
Yeah.
really is.
It's real
And
connected to nature.
I met a new homeopath over there in the post office.
Yes.
So like just meeting
You're going to
people.
become the post office
Whisperer.
I'm
Yeah.
having a really great time, by the way. But it makes me think because I see a lot of older people there. They are in their 80s, 90s.
Mm.
And it's really interesting because some of them will say this is the only time other than going to the doctors. This is the only other place I go.
Oh my
And
goodness.
so when you think about the this part here
Wow.
that talks about, where was that? The it's in here. I
In
can't
this
find.
place?
Yeah,
This last sentence, is that
where is that?
who seek solace and
Can you read it?
They're lost.
Is it big enough for you to read?
They're lost their way. That's what it is.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
lost
their
I'm
way.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Oh.
they literally are just kind of feeling like lost in this, like this is my new life now, that it's
Oh.
just back and forth to that.
and
and so
separate
So
from
that
everything.
every conversation that you have with people you can infuse it with dolphin, and then it
Oh,
becomes like something completely different. And so
Oh.
that is also something that I can continue to intention, and
Yeah.
so I can bring dolphin to me in that way. But they can have a very different day just with a conversation,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
so those are opportunities every day that we have, like small ones in that way. But I feel grateful because I always thought I would work with children, but I ended up working with older people, and it really doesn't matter whether you work with
You're
children or
still
older people
Mhm.
or whoever, because
More
like you
likely
said, it's all about play.
It's all the same.
It's
Yeah,
all
it
the
really
same
is.
because kids are just grown-ups that haven't grown up yet, and grown-ups are just kids that used to be. I mean, it's just I don't know. It's just
Or letting
the
go of
same.
being grown up.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yes.
So it's almost like it's a universal language play is, in addition to music. It's like
Oh yeah.
like you just play with people. And
Mhm.
I had somebody literally mail like a little postcard, and all they wanted was an owl head stamp on it
Oh my
to
god.
mail back their collectible little thing. So I put it back in the little envelope and I stamp it, and then I wrote in this little letter and I folded it up and I stuffed it in a teeny little envelope
Oh my
with
god.
like a little another stamp on it, and I just thought it'd be so fun because it was so playful
Yeah.
that they would even want like an owl's head little stamp.
And where was he from? Pennsylvania? or something?
Pennsylvania, and I just love these stamps and stickers, and I'm having fun with all that. So I'm loving this.
Oh, you've always
This is a girl that likes to laminate.
And I go, oh,
The
I got a
laminating
new
girl.
laminator yesterday.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Yes,
I wondered why I was
that.
saying that.
You've heard of the Terminator.
She's
but
a
she's a
laminator.
laminator. What you can do with that?
Darren actually bought me one. I
Oh
didn't even
my
have
God.
to ask for it. So anyway, it's just so fun and playful in that way, and so I'm playing with a stranger,
Yeah.
but it is in play. Even
Yeah.
even.
I love it.
So I guess it doesn't matter where you are.
It
Mhm.
doesn't.
You can always activate that.
Oh my god, I love that
Absolutely.
story.
Mhm.
That is so
It
fabulous.
was so fun.
Mm.
Oh god.
I loved it.
Oh.
So, I think you're going to have a great February.
Yes.
And though this landed in the, well, not quite the middle of it, but it'll be in the long spoon, and maybe we'll send out another email saying that it's been added, or,
Yeah, we can.
yeah.
Oh,
why not?
definitely you need to let them know that it's now there. Cause
Yeah, yeah,
it's every month, so we're just a little late on
Mhm.
sending it out.
yeah.
I think it's just in time.
Yes.
Yeah, oh, it is. It's
it's
just
just right.
precise in its timing,
Yeah.
but,
Stopping to hear the needs of others. Oh.
There's a
mhm,
lot of people that feel lost right now.
mhm.
Yeah, they need dolphins.
They've lost
They need
lost
They're
their
losing
way.
their,
They
like
need
losing their
dolphins.
breath.
You just need to
Losing their breath. To
reconnect
hope
into
and
the
freedom
nature of
and-
their
Yeah.
inner nature.
Yeah.
And everything's trying to make people feel separate from themselves, from each other, from life, nature.
Betrayed,
Yeah.
Betrayed.
So it's all of that and
left behind.
everything. Yeah, and in anything that can help people feel connected again and like they belong and that they're not separate, they're not alone, and I think
I mean, it's either people and countries and
Yeah.
and every
children.
place you can do that on a microscopic level, or microcosmic level of your own little postage stamp of your world, whoever you're connecting with in big and little ways, or on social media, or however you do, or whoever you see, or even just in your intentioning in your day, because that affects the atmosphere and the field around us. All of it matters, and I think it's really been great for me too, just remembering how purposeful and how much your life can matter, even when you feel like it's a small life, or like that you're not reaching or interacting with a lot of people anymore, or in a particular phase of your life, or as you're older, or whatever. I just think it's really invaluable to keep remembering that, how much we do matter.
I think a lot of the ways, actually, that we've connected with your family, all of us, is a child.
Yeah,
I feel
for sure.
from the very beginning when we connected with Frank, it was his greater child. It was his child that we connected with, and his invention and his inventive way of seeing things, and how he liked to work with paper and all of that. And we dream whatever dream a person can dream out of that childlike nature. And your mom is so much in that way too, about getting together and having tea with you, and going little shopping trips, and but it's like a little pocketbook society, it's little girls, and it's that like to go shopping with our pocketbooks and all that, and her hair standing up on her head. It was like all the playful kind of ways, and your mom dressed very playful and young, and your sister's the same way. They come up here for a little sister tea party, and it's not like sisters being adults, it's like sisters being little girls dreaming the way that they do, and I think Jeffrey, living with all of us, it was his very serious little boy way of running and being all the different athletic things that he loved to do, and loving dogs, and Susanna, of course, grew up with us, and all the children, we played with all of them. It wasn't like this is the adult table and the children go there to the little wooden bowls and their wooden cups. It was here, you're at the table, we're all at the table, and they're bumping us and bonking us and shaking the table and spilling things, and that was it.
It was awesome.
There's always been the child's table. It has never been the adult table, and we've always had we had the counting coup one year, and we had the boxes in the middle, and they got up and they added a feather, and they talked about what they really did that week that was really powerful, and they would put a feather in it. It's always been a child's table.
But you've always photographed the children and put them in the collages.
Yes.
I mean, we've got pictures of them being just when they first came. You've always done that.
Thank you.
It's
They're
just
so folded in, and now you don't
they're
think,
so now they're
we have to go back and get the children's pictures and do something with them.
no,
We did something with
they're
them
in
all along.
all along.
And
Still
it's
now.
like we took. It's like you and Christine, you all in the kitchen. There's nothing adult going on in that kitchen, and it's fabulous. And when you come into, of course, in our studio, it's very adult. Robert and I are super adult.
Very.
I'm probably the most adult, except for my
Oh no, she has her funny little
hedgehogs.
Yeah, I know,
Hedgehogs
her
all
hedgehog
over the
thing. She wears practically a hedgehog necklace every day. And Robert and I, we've become even more adult, and then I'm starting to worry about it. But in the studio that, we have 3 or 4 studios, and in that studio, when you come down the hall, first of all, the hall is like some kind of,
Tunnel.
it's like one of those trips at the Disneyland, and then where we are, I've got Robert said, this very serious table with this big computer and all kinds of stuff, and then he has a table on top of the table with all the cups and the figures and the dolls, very serious. And then beside him,
Oh, don't forget there's a table on top of the table that's on top of the table.
oh yeah, there's a table on top of the table,
table.
on top of the
Three
table.
tables.
And then I've just recently invented a very serious space for me is that we used to have a wood table round that we put between us, and now that table has an elephant play kitchen on top of it, and it's screwed down.
That is so fun.
And
Because
I
it's
sit at
shelved
it.
storage.
A tabletop conversation.
And
Isn't it?
We should definitely take pictures of both of those areas with you all sitting at it and post them or something so that people can see, because it's such a great visual. It's awesome.
I'm sitting there with the elephant children's tabletop.
Oh, it is so
what is it?
hilarious
Stove.
to see you.
And it's nailed. It's screwed down to the round wooden tabletop, and there I sit at it, and it has a little sink, and the elephant's ears are on the side of the table, and his tail, and then right there on the end of the table, it looks like a little sink for the, for the little
It's his
kitchen,
trunk.
and it's a
Faucet,
big blue
his trunk.
elephant trunk.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
great.
in the little
Those little
sink
fake
there, I
water
have my very
coming out.
serious sand table in there.
Are
And,
we moving obstacles, perhaps?
yes, I think we must be. And I sit there and I do very serious work, like this book.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
you do.
That's
You
amazing.
make people
Well,
awesome.
and I think during difficult times and stuff, the best thing we can do is create. The best thing we can do is play
You're
and
Mhm.
stay in that magic and
We
the
have
wonder,
to, we're gonna
because
have
it
to.
wants to pull you in and away
Yep,
from all
yep.
of that. So I think it's amazing that there's people supporting creativity in this world, that you can be inside this creativity space and this play space. And the more that we choose that, I mean, you guys have talked about how play is the most political thing you can do.
It is. It's the most political thing you can do.
Yep.
And what we're doing is not political, it's spiritual, because
That's right.
that's really the root.
Mhm.
And,
you're right.
Mhm.
And so we can do really powerful,
And what-
spiritual,
Yeah,
playful,
just when you-
political
yeah.
things.
Absolutely.
Well, and what you said just triggered me to remember that the more you surround yourself with things that are playful, like you said, you've created your workspace is actually in and of itself is so funny and playful, but so that when you do find yourself somehow pulled into a dark space or a space that feels more serious and heavy, and you feel weighted down or discouraged, if the more things that you've already created in your environment and put in your atmosphere that are playful and fun, or just like a little toy or a little
A dolphin cutout.
something like that you put in your atmosphere, or set it on your
Or a little
windowsill
cupcake you look
over
forward to have.
or you set it on top of your stove, or you set it on top of your kitchen counter, or or on top
how
of
can
the
you, how can you
windowsill.
be unhappy with him sitting there looking at you?
And Suzanne made us the most playful things to use in
So-
our studio. I'm just having, trying to find a
Oh,
place
sorry.
special for everybody.
Yes,
But I
you
just
do.
realized that is what we do in this
It becomes
household.
your reality.
Exactly. It helps you not stay in that space, because all you have to do is look over or look around, and all of a sudden you start laughing at how ridiculous what you have around you, or you see this little animated toy or this little figurine or something that you just were drawn to and that's so playful, and all of a sudden it like just snaps you out of it. It's like the
I love
Ganesha's
that.
fugue.
You have like Miss Piggy in the kitchen.
Because I love her, and it's like she just reminds me to not take myself so seriously. And so I think that actually is a
But
great
she does
tool.
take herself very seriously.
Well, she does, but that's her potency.
Yeah.
But I think that just reminded me to share that,
I love
because I
that.
think that is a really major tool that we've all implemented here and learned to help
Implemented. I
ourselves
love
Implemented
Yeah.
is very.
to get out of those spaces that compress all of us at any time. But those are kind of like little crumbs that you leave yourself to make sure that you don't stay there, that you can help find your way out of the seriousness.
And the
or-
beautiful things you did at your little tea parties when you were a little
yeah.
girl that you're still doing today.
Yes.
If you watch Sandra eat her special peanut butter syrup, whatever,
Right.
toast, it's all with the fingers, and she's got
Yeah.
it like the little tea thing and she puts it, and then she licks all of her fingers as she's done. And then Christina's got this little cupcake at the post office that is little and it's under a unit, and she says, can't wait for the time she sits down and devours that. And
Her 11 C's.
You make me seem like the Cookie Monster. Cookie!
yeah, that is about it. I feel like Cookie Monster. And then Robert, of course, he is so unbelievably serious over there. But you have to know that somebody came back that we thought had left with the children, but he returned.
What's
And his
that?
name is Builder Bob.
Oh, yes, there it is.
Builder Bob.
He's returned.
Gosh.
Here he
Robert is
is.
our
Returned.
Builder Bob.
Yo.
You know,
Builder
Bob.
Bob.
Robert's name is Bob. So Robert Builder Bob has come back.
I love, Robert, how you build with play as your
It's true.
intention.
Thank you.
I love how you have shown me about that.
Oh,
I can't
thank
wait
you.
to learn more.
He loves it.
But
when
I
you
think
help
that is so fun.
Thank you.
You make it very playful.
If you
And he's
can't
a good
play,
teacher for
what's
the
the
boys.
point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is, yeah.
Well, God, this was wonderful.
This was
Yeah. Wonderful.
rich.
It was very
Wonderful.
playful.
Yeah,
It
very
was very playful.
And we hope
It's
that
extremely
everybody
playful.
listens to this on the Long Spoon,
Hmm.
and especially all of Suzanne's family, because they're our biggest.
And we may just have to follow Suzanne's suggestion and add
Yeah.
a photo or
My
two
sons may
of your
watch,
desk.
but they don't think that
Oh,
their
you know
mother is
what? We
funny.
could put it in the email. We could put it in the email
picture of
that
the
we
desk.
send, the two desks that you all have.
Oh God!
When we
Okay.
Yeah,
send
yeah.
out, letting
Yeah.
people know
Okay,
that it's
there you
there.
go.
Okay. That sounds so fun.
Well,
Okay. Well,
we must say thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
It's been
Yes.
fun talking amongst ourselves and to you, and it's going to be a wonderful month.
This is part
February's
of
a
the
one of
archive
tucking in.
Yep.
Yep, it's
of
archive.
February
That's
Yeah.
right,
2025.
And then don't forget, not only do you have this long spoon to savor, you can sip it or you can gulp it, you can do whatever your time allows for.
Or have hot cocoa.
Have hot cocoa, and then you have all the other long spoons we've ever done are available to you. And then outside of the long spoon, of course, is the entirety of the Situla Codex website.
Right.
And there's
Which we are
just
now
an abundance.
changing, and not the website, but we are
Oh,
making
that's true.
a new page.
We're going to make a new page.
Well, two pages.
Mm-hmm.
One page is going to be Clarity House. We're going to move into that, and that's going to be all of us contributing to
Mhm.
as the team we are, and this wonderful house we love.
Mm-hmm.
And
How
then,
we integrate the work into it.
yes,
Mhm.
and then we are going to also do one that is just our brand name, which we've created a brand name,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Zero deficit point
Zero Deficit Point.
creations.
And it's going to be a page that is dedicated to the work that helps bring the deficit down, so that we can move into a consciousness without a lot of horrible things
Angst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
creating. And so it's the one that helps us calculate differently, calculate faster,
Mm-hmm.
be able to unoverwhelm ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
and through principle, not a huge amount of words, not a huge amount of study, mostly just to imprint.
Yeah.
So it gives your body a very fast way to take something in and change things, and you don't have to be a wizard or a genius.
Because your body knows what to do. It knows how
Your
to talk
body knows
to
what to do.
body,
Okay.
mind, and spirit. So thank you.
Thank you.
And we will do this again next month.
Next month.
But enjoy this one.
Everyone say hi, bye.
Hi, bye.
Hello and goodbye for
Bye.
now.
Enjoy.
Enjoy. Absolutely.